Hey, this is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling, with Platinum versus NXT from February 10th, 2021. This video is sponsored by IWE, who is having a huge show March 20th. Tell you more about it as we get closer to the date. In any case, this NXT, solid meat and potatoes. That's what they've been doing lately, and it's really good. They got a big show. They got a takeover on Sunday, which I am inclined to watch. So a lot of this was simply service to get us to that moment. I'm going to talk here at the front I'm of two minds on the thing that they were doing when they're having people square off around the trophy and growl at each other and yell at each other and all that stuff. And they did that for every single matchup that's going to be on TakeOver. Part of me is like, I hate it because it just doesn't seem plausible, or I don't know, there's something about it that was kind of cartoony. But then I realized, you know what? I fucking like it. I think I like it because they're trying to do something different. They're trying to do something good, and I'm never going to bust anybody's balls for trying something new. There are aspects of it that should probably be modified and changed, but the general feel of that, I ain't mad. And in fact, I found a picture I could put up with a little of that going on so you could see yourself, because a lot of people say they listen to these in lieu of watching the shows. We got Vic Joseph welcoming us to NXT and joined by Wayne Barrett and Beth Phoenix. I watched the overrun. I always watch Dynamite as it's happening. Then I'll switch to NXT to see the overrun and the finish of the main event. And then I'll go back and watch the rest of NXT. And I got to say, the commentary team of Wade Barrett, Beth Phoenix, and Vic Joseph to a lesser extent is really good. Really good. They may take over the Raw commentary team as my favorite WWE commentary team. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's true. Semi-final for the Men's Dusty Road Tag Team Classic, MSK versus Legado del Fantasma. It's a bit of a foregone conclusion match, but I'll say this. They're opening with a frickin' match. It's nice to see. We're not cutting away in the middle of the match. It's a good match, and I was right. MSK wins. Good stuff, good stuff. They make the finals as they should. They celebrate. And they're going to take on the winners of Grizzled Young Veterans, hate that name, against Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher. I assume the Grizzled Young Veterans are going to win that, but I am not sure. It's great. Get a video package to hype up Zia Lee. She's going to be there tonight with Tiansha. Back to commercial. Back from the break, we get a video package with Mercedes Martinez issuing a warning to Toni Storm and Io Shirai. Good stuff. Zia Lee versus Cora Jade. This goes exactly as it should. Bip, 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 bop, bop. Zia Lee. Yeah, big kick. Looks good. Lee stands tall, looks over Carter and Catanzaro as her music hits. She attacks Jade again with a few quick stomps. Now Carter and Catanzaro are on the stage yelling at Lee. Okay. Shaw grabs Bo by the throat, brings him down. Shenanigans happen. Lee goes back to Shaw and kneels in front of her throne. It's a thing. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of color, a little bit of spice on the show. They desperately need it. So it's good. I am disappointed, I gotta say, that after coming up and doing it once to great effect, that, you know, Karrion Kross and Scarlett, they did this whole tarot cards thing, and it seems like they've abandoned it already. God damn it. I said the thing works just fine, but they have to keep it going, and they don't. Mackenzie Mitchell stops William Regal backstage, asking him about his thoughts on the tournament matches. He congratulates MSK. He's looking forward to the other matches. He opens the door, and there's Scarlett sitting there. Uh-oh, what's she doing there? She says she's there because if Karrion Kross comes, it won't be good. Ooh, threatening. Scarlett says it's time is up for the Cruiserweight champ, Santos Escobar, and Kross wants a match with him next week. Regal briefly thinks it over and says the match is on for next Wednesday. Good job, Scarlett. Regal says if Scarlett doesn't mind, she can exit. She rubs her hand over Regal's chest. What? Says something to him that we don't really hear and walks out. Okay, we see The Way, God, I hate that name, walking backstage. The NXT North American champion's in a wheelchair, so Gargano's pulling this bit of, I'm hurt and I can't wrestle. The Way is in the ring, and a lot of people say they don't like this because it's goofy and Gargano's too goofy. They need different takes, man. They need it, and they're providing a different take. Gargano says he's got 4 fractures in his arm. He says his injury's bad, and Johnny Wheelchair is the chant that breaks out. Gargano goes on ranting. Regal offers him 2 solutions. Theory can be Gargano's surrogate with the title on the line. Theory likes this idea, but Gargano says no way. And the second option is he can forfeit the title right now. Fans like it. Gargano does not, of course. He asks Regal, give him a few weeks so he can rehab. Again, everything here makes sense, and it's nice to see this interplay, and Regal's able to dictate the pace of this thing, so it works. It's really good. So Kushida attacks from behind. It leads to Gargano standing up from the chair and doing a tug-of-war for the title, proving his arm isn't broken. The Way he yells at Kushida as he stands there taunting Gargano. So you were going to have that match, obviously, for TakeOver. Silly little bit, but they got to do these silly little bits once in a while. I like it. Semifinals, we got The Way versus Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart. I assume this is a foregone conclusion. You got to have Ember Moon and Shotzi in the final for it to be it's a much more interesting matchup. Good work here by Shotzi. The ring work is definitely getting better, and her and Moon look good as a team. And at the end of the day, Shotzi covers Indy for the pin, and they win to advance to the finals. So, yay. The big screen. I like this convention where when somebody wins, they have the big screen and it shows their team advancing. I like it. So it's going to be Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez against Moon and Blackheart. I assume Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez are going to win this, but man, I don't know. There's something really cool about Shotzi Blackheart. Regal comes out and announces that not only will the winners win the trophy, they will earn a future title shot at the WWE Women's Tag Titles held by Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Oh, that's cool. See, they're trying. They're trying, and I see you, NXT. I see you. Get a backstage promo from Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher. Their match against the Undisputed Era was brutal, but now they face the grizzled young veterans. I love the little line because they're the grizzled young veterans, but they said their name is ironic because Toothless Timmy and Old Man Chump are about to whoop their asses. Good stuff. Thatcher flashes his toothless smile. Mackenzie's backstage with Santos Escobar, the Cruiserweight champ. Now he's got to face Karrion Kross next week. And I like that they're building up matches for next week as well, not just everything for the pay-per-view. It's good. It's good. Yeah. Get a lengthy video package, and it's a very good one for Pete Dunne versus NXT champ Finn Balor at TakeOver. I like it. Short, sweet. It's good. Austin Theory against Kushida. It's a very good match. Gargano, though, decks him with a cheap shot. Kushida, that is. So we have a DQ finish, which is the right call. I don't think there's any need for Austin Theory to take the pin here. Kushida's attacked at ringside. Loomis hits the ring, as he is wont to do, as Kushida takes Gargano down and applies the hoverboard lock on the fake broken arm. Good stuff. Loomis watches as Kushida stands over Gargano and raises the North American title belt. Good stuff. They've set up the pay-per-view very effectively so far. Great go-home show. Maybe the best go-home show that we've seen this year, even though this year is young. Vic sends us to a video package with Toni Storm. Good promo. Toni Storm, she's a looker. Back from the break, we got a hype video on the Imperium guys. And the NXT UK champion Walter. To them, the mat is sacred. Walter is scary as shit. Go backstage and we see Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza laid out. So their plan to beat on Karrion Kross has failed. Catches Scarlett's foot walking by. Karrion Kross appears in front of the camera. Yells for Santos Escobar. If you want something done, you have to do it yourself. All that. And they hit their TikTok line. So the end of the tarot cards. Bummer. Announcers are hyping Escobar against Karrion Kross for next week. We hear a car horn honking. White Lamborghini pulls up. Cameron Grimes hops out. He's got a gold watch. He's looking good. He's handing out money to everybody as he passes. Gimmick change. I like it. He's talking about how Timothy Thatcher put him out. He discovered this thing called video games. Why would he wrestle when he could play video games? He ran out of games, so he found the store called GameStop. He was so impressed with them that he invested his money. It turns out the investment went to the moon. Grimes said he invested with Dogecoin, calling it Dogcoin, and says he has so much money he's richer than Elon Musk. He goes on laughing about how rich he is and all this kind of stuff. He says William Regal can kiss his grits. He's done wrestling zombies and Dexter Lumis. He throws a bunch of dollar bills around the ring and drops down on them for money angels and makes his exit. Wow. Great. Again, NXT trying to put a little spice on it, and I ain't mad. You think I'm going to be mad? I'm not mad. Mackenzie's backstage with Johnny Gargano. He confirms he's going to defend the title against Kushida. All right, this is enough Johnny Gargano stuff, honestly. That's enough. But then we got the Grizzled Young Veterans walking backstage to the main event. Oh, they always at least save it for the main. I hate that walking backstage dick. Back to commercial. When we come back from commercial, we got Io Shirai discussing it. They space that out nicely. It's very effective. It's very good. So we got our main event, which is a semifinals match. Grizzled Young Veterans against Ciampa and Thatcher. It's very good. It's very good. And I like the story that the Grizzled Young Veterans win because their teamwork was just a little bit better, which stands to reason. So they win, and then we get all the people facing off rah, 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 on the battle. Good job, NXT. Very good go-home show. You've convinced me, even though I watch way too much wrestling, I'm going to watch the pay-per-view. Good deal. Anyway, this is Stephen Platinum versus NXT. February 10th, 2021. And this is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling. Please consider looking below, by the way, at the things in the description. I'm going to do my big 24 hours to raise money for the Arnold Palmer Children's Hospital. So please consider contributing. Thanks a lot.